tonight, 7 p.m. Tonight, 7 p.m. on all of the pages.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing that on the Recreate page, on the Unplugged page, on our personal
Mm-hmm.
pages.
And we live, buddy. But yeah, I was I was trying to get it to go live on Instagram, but for some reason it does not like to do Instagram live from this thing.
Oh, really? Oh, I
But you
think you had
but you
mentioned
can
that
do
to me
it.
once before.
Yeah, you can do it, but it doesn't like to do it. And I don't know why it doesn't like to do it, but it is what it is. I mean, we here ready to do our thing. How was your week, man? You know, it's been a minute.
Uh, it's been a good week. I got a lot going on that's not entertainment related.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, my dad's house just got remodeled.
Nice,
So that final
nice.
walkthrough was today. I'm sure he's ready to get back into the crib.
I bet.
Uh, we still working on this. Shout out to Greg Smith getting ready to get this MMF Atlanta chapter started.
Yes, sir.
So
Yep.
that was
I'm part of
news this
the
week.
since I'm part of the membership committee. Um,
Okay,
you know,
shout out
we've
to
been
the
looking at. Shout out to the membership committee, man, for MMF.
membership.
No, hold on. Do I got my? Oh, hold on. Which one?
There you go.
I don't use it like that. But yeah. And so it you know, that's the thing too, you know, for people who end up watching this as well. If you're in South Carolina and in Georgia, right? When we, you know, because it's already in the MMF newsletter, people can join for
It's the
$25.
music manager forum because I
Music
don't think
managers, that's right. Music managers forum. People can sign up for $25 now through July 31st to be a member of the Music Managers Forum Atlanta chapter. But yep, I'm part of the, well, of course, you and I are part of the leadership team for MMF Atlanta. And you know, I spend time creating some graphics. And I know Greg's been communicating those. And so the graphics came out dope. And so I think it's going to be good, though.
so. Then
Graphics
we
came out.
probably need to have another conversation about that too because I had another idea that had to do with MMF and it had to do with some graphics, and I was like, probably the best way to approach it is to actually have an example of the graphics. So we need to
Hmm.
chop it up about that too.
Yeah,
Uh,
because you know we're gonna have a summer mixer. We were talking about the date today, but it hasn't been announced yet because on August 5th is when they're going to announce it in the MMF newsletter that we're going to have a summer mixer. So I'm looking forward to that. And so you know, and I know who the potential panelists are for that for to kick it off, but nothing's been confirmed yet. But it's going to be dope. But yeah, you know, shout out to Greg and the team though, bro, because they just got the Coily Ray. What's the name of the song? It just came out today.
her new record.
Yeah, she's performing it at the BET Awards tomorrow. But shout out to
Okay.
Greg and Bryce and Sierra for writing that.
Oh, Bryce wrote that record.
Yeah,
Bryce and
Sierra.
Sierra wrote that record.
Yep,
Oh, that's dope.
Bryce and Sierra wrote it.
That's fire.
What is it
Shout out to
called?
Sierra and Bryce.
Outside. So yeah, Bryce and Sierra wrote it. So
Fire.
yeah, hey, song of the summer right there. So that, you know, I told Greg, I was talking to Greg earlier today, and I said, you know, that it even more solidifies Inc. as a powerhouse in the songwriting field because you're landing these amazing giant placements. And that song is easily going to be the song of the summer, probably. So, you know, shout out to them for
You said, what's it called again?
it's called Outside.
Outside.
Yeah. Yep. It's called Outside. They just she just released it the other day. and she's performing it tonight, tomorrow night at the BET Awards in LA. So that's why they're out there. Is for
God,
the BET Awards.
yeah, I did see that he was in
Yeah,
LA.
yeah. So that's dope. You know, which when you sit back and you think about it, and I know that's one of the things we'll end up getting into, but indies have a lot of power, bro. Like I don't. Indies have a lot of power. The future of music is in the hands of the indies. Like, I mean, because the people that are writing may not be signed to. I mean, Bryce and Sierra, and all of them are signed to Brian Michael Cox, but still, you know, to his imprint. But the hands is in the indie. Like none of them are signed to the major. And I say major like Sony, BMG, Universal, from that perspective. But
It's technically a BMG deal.
technically, it's a BMG deal
Yeah,
because
Brian,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
Brian's deal, but Brian's deal is with
with
BMG.
BMG, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
so it's
which is
technically a
dope.
BMG deal.
Yeah, which is dope. But to your point, even still, even the entity itself is an independent from any of the labels or the publishers. So
Right. Okay. Cool.
the
Yeah.
overarching organization that Greg has founded is independent.
Yeah. So that's a. I mean, but when you sit back and look at it, the power is in the hands of the independents to
Yeah,
really drive the future, the culture of music. It really is in their hands. Like we have like we went to go see He Man um, for Father's Day. You know, yeah, I have the like we got the power. You know what I'm saying? So
how was that?
it was actually He Man was bro. It was really good. It was a really good movie. If you were a fan of He Man growing up,
I definitely was a fan of He Man
you
growing
should
up.
go see the movie then because you would catch all of the stuff that's in the movie, and then there's other things in there that you'd be like, oh, like I was looking for certain things and they fulfilled every single one, and I was like,
Oh
yeah,
wow,
every single one, every single thing I was looking for in that movie as a
it
fan who
was there.
watched He Man growing up, they fulfilled.
I gotta check it out then
Yeah,
because I watched.
yeah,
I not only did I watch He Man, I had the action figures,
yeah.
both the Skeletor and He Man. I
He
had the
Man,
ones where we hit him in the chest, it flipped. The chest would flip, and it would have a scar where you had hit him at in the chest.
that's
I
right,
had those. I
that's
forgot what they
right.
were called, but
Um, they had Ram Man in there, Mecha Neck, um,
oh, it had the
Fisto. They
whole.
had they had all the they had all the characters in there.
Yeah, I heard that was a high budget movie that has not done well in box offices in terms of return on the investment, the initial investment
Mm-hmm.
to create that film. But you know, like you said, the true fan of the He Man or the true
Mm-hmm.
fan of really any comic or even like we saw with the Michael Jackson bio, people who are true fans, they're not gonna let whatever critic
Exactly.
rating or whatever determine whether or not they go see it.
Because trust me, I don't. I don't listen to reviews. I don't care about what the reviews say. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to make my own judgment about the movie. And I liked He Man, so
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna check
it
it
was it was a great. Yeah, you gotta check it out. Um, it was really really well done. So he
out. I
kept getting
know
on
the
my
budget
nerves.
was yeah.
He kept getting on my nerves, but then once again, Prince Adam always got on my nerves. And when I would watch He Man, I'm just like, come on, bro, you can't be. But then I was like, yeah, he he is. But everything they put, it was very well done, very well placed. So, um, but man, so what? Let's jump into it because I was reading through the topics and I was like, oh, I didn't I didn't I would assume that they would end up doing this, but you know it's something that's now becoming prevalent. For those of you who will be watching this as well and who are attending currently online, talks about breaking news just hit the industry. This week, a global coalition of music managers and musicians unions published an urgent open letter warning creators about predatory AI clauses. They're going to be sneaking. You thought they snuck things in the past? They're going to be sneaking things in. According to
Yeah.
Music Business Worldwide, major labels and publishers are quietly sneaking automatically opted in AI clauses into standard recording and publishing agreements. Essentially, companies are trying to secure the rights to feed an artist catalog and voice into AI training models without securing meaningful, explicit consent or offering fair compensation. 100%, I can see them doing that.
Yeah,
Anything
I mean,
that,
they already know that
yeah.
for the most part we don't read the terms and conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So they literally could just put that little button on your screen that says update terms and conditions, and people gonna hit the button.
Because we don't read it. I mean, how many people go read terms? And because one, the terms and conditions are very long, and they
Yeah,
know that people aren't going to want to read that
the
long of a
entire.
document.
That's
I
right.
mean, it's the same thing from like congressional laws that are passed. You know, when they pass laws, and those laws are like this thick. Who's going to read that whole thing? And in there,
Right.
they got all types of other
They
smaller
call them earmarks.
yeah, I was about to
They
say
got
right.
those earmarks in there where
They
they're like, you
do.
know what? Let me carve out a little 50,000 for
That's
my
right.
constituents.
That's right. So they
Earmark.
so they got them little earmarks in there, and yeah, AI companies. I mean, I could see music publishers or music record labels putting in and not even just them. I mean, any type of entity that you may distribute your music through may have some type of AI clause tied to it. But they know
Right.
that we're not going to go read the terms and conditions. So they're like, we can sneak it in. And they're hoping that because they know the majority of people don't read terms and conditions. So they're looking to have an overwhelming amount of people who don't read it and are automatically opted in versus those that do.
Yeah, I think that's the key is, and there may actually need to be some legislation that becomes part of this conversation, because a lot of times you assume you go ahead and click OK because you assume the only way that you can continue the use of a software or a program or a subscription is by agreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, to your point, you got to scroll a little further or you got to click details or something to get to the opt out option.
Mm-hmm.
And is there an opt out option? And I think
Sometimes
that's
people like
become legislation because more times than not, for example, when iPhone has an update, can you opt out of that update?
you cannot. I mean,
You
well,
gonna get it.
you
You
can
either gonna get it on your
well
time or you gonna get it
you'll
on
get
their
on their
time.
time. That's right.
But
Because
you
you can
gonna get
delay
it.
it. You can delay it.
You can delay
But
it.
there's going to be a forced upgrade
That's
that's going to
right. You
take
gonna
place.
get it.
You're going to get
Yeah.
it. Um, and sometimes
That I
people,
think has to change. You've gotta
mm-hmm.
be, what's the point in even having to tell me the terms if there is no negotiation of the terms? What's the point in even telling me what they are? You
because,
can tell me what they are, but once I opt in,
I mean, legally, they have to tell you what the terms and conditions are for
sure.
you taking place in the service that they're providing. They have to be transparent about what those terms and conditions are and usage of that platform, etc. That's why they give it to you by law. They gotta give you that.
I gotta give it to you.
But they
They
don't
know that
necessarily,
by law we don't have to read it, and we probably won't.
and we probably not, because we know they're not going to give. They know we're not going to read a, a 5-page document. I mean, even if it's on the website,
Yeah.
how often do you just get it and you just scroll and you go accept,
Yep.
submit, and
Yep.
you keep it
Guilty.
going, not
Guilty. I've done it
understanding?
because I
I've
say to
done it.
myself, I'm either gonna use this or I'm not. And the bottom line is right now, I intend to use it. So
That's right.
regardless of what the terms are, I need to agree to them terms right now so I can use it right now.
I, I have done it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, yeah, okay, cool. I've done it. And because I know I've done it, I know other people do it. Nobody is exempt from not reading their terms and conditions. Now, unless you're somebody that's like a lawyer that understands the process and you're like, I'm going to read every single thing, then yeah, I'm sure. Unless you're like my wife. My wife reads every document, every iota of ink on that page, she will read it through. And I'm just like, can we just get to the thing? Can we? All right, cool, I'm good. But she's like, you got to know what's in here because they may put things in here that you're going to end up being liable for that you're agreeing to. And you can't come back and say, my bad, like, because
Like,
I,
nah, that didn't count because I
I,
didn't read
I didn't read it, right?
it. It
Which
don't
is
count. It don't count.
which is why they give you a certain period of time. I mean, not really in terms of conditions, but for things like you're purchasing, like your home, they give you a certain period of time to read the document and then to come back with any agreements or disagreements in regards to that. But not with those terms and conditions. And the issue is that you're going to start seeing AI clauses in every single thing, every single thing that you use from, and maybe not even just from a music perspective. I mean, we're just talking about music at the moment, but if you are, if you're an artist, if you are distributing your music through platforms, you're going to end up seeing an
Yeah.
AI clause in there.
Yeah. I think we just recently saw YouTube make some adjustments to their policies in terms as it related to AI for content on the pages. And it wasn't you can opt in or opt out. It was them literally changing the terms of what type of AI content as it related to music that you could monetize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm sure there's still going to be discussions and reiterations of contracts and agreements that these organizations have where they're going to, I mean, it could be this way one day and next day it changes to this and the next day it changes to this because it's an ever evolving industry. And so they're going to have situations where these clauses are going to change because they do want your voice. They do want your likeness. They do want your music so that they could feed into these AI systems. That's why they were brokering deals with the major AI players, and I don't know all the behind the scenes of everything that's taking place. They do. That's why they're making these deals, but they're absolutely going to put those in those clauses. Um, and I like what you put in here. The three takeaways for indie artists is to audit your distribution, your publishing terms. I don't think
Yeah.
people do that. People,
No, they
I don't,
don't.
I don't know if they know that's a right that they have to do that. If I'm signed to a label, that's why I have a business manager and I have um, I'll just stick with the business manager so that I can use my business. Hopefully, you have a financial advisor as well, and then through your financial advisor or your business manager, you can go through and do maybe biannual audits. People can do that. I don't know if they know that they can do those things to audit where the money is going, where it's like you can do an audit on your label.
Yeah, or
Like,
especially if you're doing something with publishing or something to that effect, and if they give you any kind of advance, you might want to sit some of that advance to the side so you can turn around and use it to pay for that audit. That's ultimately auditors are just like lawyers. People only want to get them when they need them. They don't get them so that they don't need them.
that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And yeah, that's
So
right.
they wait till something has happened, but if you and so then it becomes a cost. It becomes an expense that they have
Mm-hmm.
to take on the burden of. So having the money to have that biannual audit is going to be the key,
Mm-hmm.
because ultimately it really will pay for itself if there's any, you know, funny business variances, shenanigans going
That's
on
right.
with your money flows.
That's right. And hopefully you have a good business manager, CPA that is keeping good, honest books because
Mhm.
you can audit your CPA. Whoever's managing your
Right.
finances, you can audit your business manager to ensure that things are structurally, organizationally in order. You can do that as an artist, as to say, hey, biannually, I want to look at the books. But once again, if I don't have any type of financial literacy, I
Mm.
don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for.
Right.
These numbers look great to me. Oh, I
Yeah.
got money in the bank. I got a chain. I'm rolling in the car.
Mhm.
Everything's good. But this is why we hear stories about, oh, they were robbing me and I didn't even know it. Well, I mean, you would have known it if you would have did an audit on your.
Well, let me tell you, even to the other end of that spectrum, there's artists who haven't made a dime and they still just don't have the interest or the care for paperwork. They ain't made a dime, so they're not distracted by the Bentley or distracted by the
That's
Rolex
right.
watch. They just don't they won't understand the importance of it until it becomes an issue. And
Hmm.
that's why you got to make it just part of your original plan and priority, um, to either, like you said, gain the literacy or be able to hire the person that can look into that stuff for you.
Hmm. And you got to have a very trustworthy person that you can have in place to handle that. Because if not, and that's I don't that's not the way to operate. Is I don't trust anybody mentality, but when it comes to money, and because people's natures come out when money is involved, and if you're at a level where you're making a lot of money, their nature will come out. Um, and so you got to make sure that the people that you have in place got your back. They're trustworthy to handle that side of the business for you because you can't do everything yourself. But yeah, you definitely got to have the ability to audit your distribution and publishing terms on a biannual basis. And like I said, I mean, I like what you put in here. Like, what do they need to look for? Like, they need to look for things that say artificial intelligence, machine learning, generative models, right? And
Right.
if they
Language
start,
models,
yes,
learning,
those
learning
LLMs,
language
learning
models.
language models, yes, that's right. But sometimes, once again, people don't read their contracts. So how do they know what to look for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this sounds good. I mean, I don't know what this machine learning is, but is this like
Right.
robots learning stuff? Machine
I
learning?
don't know what
Well,
machine learning is, but I see this forty
I
thousand
see this. I see
advanced on here. I
exactly.
like that line. Let's you, who got an ink pen?
Let me go and sign that real
Let me
quick.
go ahead and sign that. Can I
You
get
know,
that in cash? So I can take pictures with it on Instagram.
but even so, it is the this is the mentality of the world that we live in. How many people? How many subscriptions? Right? Do people have the things that they subscribe to that they don't use?
Hmm.
And they may use it once in a while, but they don't
That's
really
me when
really use
Canva
it.
Canva get my $20.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
I need to cancel that. And then as soon as I cancel it, next month I need to make something.
You got to make
I need
right.
something. I'm like, ah, and I gotta get it back.
Yeah. How
I was like,
often
I'm
do
just
we?
gonna get a trial and then I'm gonna cancel it. Then I don't cancel it. And now they like, ha ha, it's me again. I'm getting that $20.
But that's the thing. And then it comes out your account, and you're like, oh man, I need to
Yes.
cancel that. Like, it already came
Yes.
out already. So I guess I got another 30 days. And then it's
Right.
like you forget. And that's
Yeah.
what they're hoping. They're hoping that people forget that they don't look into those models. They don't learn the nature of the business. They're not in tune. They stay uneducated. And that, once again, that's why platforms like the Indie Unplugged exist, so that we
Amen.
can educate you on these types of things. Because you're going to hear a lot of other rigmarole on other. I'm just saying, But we gonna
I said, don't get me on my
you know, give
soapbox.
me my soapbox, right? But you need to look out for those types of things. Like the other thing you hear is demand the three C's, right? Consent. You gotta ensure that you consent to these things. But consent also comes with I'm trying to think of the right word I want to use here. The word is not permission. It's because if you don't consent, you can't use it.
That's
You- you-
the leverage that they have.
that is right. Because if you need their platform for something, you got to consent to it.
Yeah. It's like, okay, where else can you do what I do? And if you're not willing to agree to my terms, whose terms are you willing to agree to? Because you're gonna have to agree to somebody's,
You got to agree to somebody's terms. And is it
unless
my
you make
terms?
your own. Now, how
Unless you,
frequent is that's not as easy. It's easier said than done.
yeah, because how many? Because people bank on using platforms like Spotify and you know Apple Music, but a lot of people do use Bandcamp.
Mm-hmm.
Bandcamp is an option for people to use, right? Deezer is an option for you to use. Granted, their listener base is not as large as Spotify and Apple. I
The
get it.
terms are actually worse.
On Deezer,
Yeah.
oh well, yeah, well, I can tell you them terms about to
The,
change
the,
a
the
little bit.
terms on Deezer and the terms on Boom Play are two of the most non-user friendly
Mm,
platforms. And these are still
mm.
technically considered one of the largest platforms used in the UK
Yeah. Well, I
for
can't really,
music streaming.
I can't really say what they about to do because, I met with the Deezer guys, so
Mm-hmm.
I just can't say it. So I mean, I didn't sign an NDA. So I mean, technically, I could, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If I want to keep the relationship
Right.
intact, I'm
That
not gonna say
for the sake of good
exactly,
vibes, good business.
exactly. For sake of good business, I'm not gonna spoil what they say they're about to do.
Yeah.
But yeah. I can see that. But I mean, but those I guess those are things that you would have to consider from a consent perspective is if I'm using Spotify, but Spotify absolutely says we're going to train AI, we're going to use your music to train AI models, and this other platform doesn't, but their terms and conditions or users agreements may not be as favorable as right. I wish you can have the whole cake and eat it too,
Right.
but sometimes you may not be able to.
Yeah, especially in a scenario where they just have the technology. Not only that, as technology
Mm-hmm.
and they have, these departments that are coming up with these different ideas and incentives of how you can promote your music and all. So then you're like, man, by me not agreeing to these terms, now I don't have access to this program that they got for independent artists or this playlist that they have for independent artists. And so you're like, I'm just gonna go ahead and agree to them terms.
Exactly.
So
I'll
I can
take
have the access to the tools.
because that's what they're looking for. They're like, if you want to have access to these tools, you got to consent to.
Right.
And then the second thing you got to hear is control. Do you have control over it? Like that's something that you need to ensure that you can have. It's to say is the option to say I do not want my music to be used or to be used to train AI models. Do you have the ability to do that? Does the term and conditions have and as you stated an opt out option
Opt
for
out.
that?
Right.
Like for that, just that part. I can agree to
Right.
everything else, but I can check the box that I don't agree to this.
Yes.
Or is it
And
all inclusive?
currently, when you receive terms, there are 15 paragraphs of terms, and there's one box that says agree. That's
That's right.
it.
That's right.
It is rare. We talking about like media platform subscriptions are the only things that will give you opt out options. They'd be like, we want to send you text messages and emails. And you can be like, I want to opt out of the text messages.
Right.
But
That's
that's
right.
like the only thing I can think of where they still give you like a choice to opt out. And it's usually, you can opt out of something, but you gotta opt into
That's
something.
right.
They don't even in Spotify terms, Apple terms, uh, Amazon
Title,
terms.
whoever.
It ain't no opt out. And no is not an option. It's one box. It says agree or
That's right.
okay. And
And
that's
if you
it.
don't agree, you can't use it.
Then you need to exit stage left.
That's right. You got to exit
Don't let
stage
the
left.
door hit you where he split you.
So if you have the ability to control some of that dynamic as far as how your music is used, that's great. And then the last part is you got fair compensation, because that's the big right part of it. Is if you're gonna, one is that you're using music to train AI models, and the second thing is you're not paying anybody for the music that is being used to train the AI models. But is it okay if hey, you got these songs, we want to pay you to train the AI models? That's still a good,
Yeah.
we'll pay you,
That's the part
but
that's
we still want to
scary
use it.
though, because I've seen that a lot in film and television is
Mhm.
as much of the union actors and some of the independents don't agree with this AI use of facial features and that kind of thing that some of
Mhm.
the larger studios were trying to do, where when you would come in as an extra or a background actor, they were asking you to sign a waiver that basically said that they could duplicate your face. And of course, a lot of people were like, absolutely not. But
Not
guess what?
duplicating
On the
nothing.
flip side of that, there were other people saying, oh, you going to pay me to use my likeness and I don't even have to
Hmm.
show up, but I'm going to get a check in the mail? Sign me up. So
Sign,
the problem
sign
is,
me
for
up.
everything that somebody won't do, there is someone who
Hmm.
will.
You got that right.
And then
Somebody,
when the wills become the majority,
somebody is going to say, "I'll do
mm-hmm,
it." How much you giving up? How much money? The only thing that people care about is how much money.
yeah,
We don't care what we got to do. We don't care what the terms are. How much money? That's all I care about. And people don't realize they're going to end up losing more than they gain.
that's right.
And so, yeah, man, it's a tough thing because, like, the last thing you got here is leverage AI for workflow, not artistry. Mm-hmm. Using AI tools for everything else, like your press releases, your Instagram posts, help you reword those, brainstorming, your social media, help you come up with those social media ideas,
Right.
but
Plans,
not,
that kind of thing.
hold on, would you say that again?
I said right, to help you come up with your social media plan.
Yeah, but not everything else. Like, that's how you use AI in this capacity. But
Yeah,
people don't, once again, we said it a couple times. We hope people get it. People don't read. Who did I hear? It was Method Man. Method Man said it. He was on Breakfast Club, and him and Kelly Rowland were promoting their movie, and Charlamagne had asked him something about today's hip hop, and he said, when I was growing up, we read a lot of books. And it was like a lot of people today don't read. They don't read books. They don't really read today, and that's a pandemic. Is that a pandemic? An epidemic?
epidemic.
Symptom? Yeah, it's a somdemic.
Ah,
Right. Yes, because people don't like to read. They just don't like to read. And I don't. Get an Audible subscription. Once again, it's a subscription. They hope that you don't. Right? I
and
got a
you
I got a
gonna agree to this
notification
term.
today. your Audible subscription will renew on June 29th. I'm like, great, because I listen to tons of audiobooks.
Yeah. And then there's a fashion of people who say audio, stop saying you read a book and you listen to it. They like it's not the same
It's the
thing.
same thing.
We book enthusiasts because we enjoy reading the book, not having
Hey,
somebody read the book to us.
hey, your teacher read the book to you when you was in class, even though you could read.
Look, your classmates read
Your
the book to
classmate.
you. All right, take line number 3, Leroy.
Exactly.
Leroy line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They read to you, so
Yeah.
you don't want to hear
Malake, you got line number 4.
it. Yes. So reading is fundamental in any whatever capacity it is, whether it's audio or actually reading word for word on a page. Um, so I guess I'm listening in that context, but
Right.
I'm listening to the book. But I still retain a lot of the book as if I was
Well,
reading the
absolutely. I
book.
mean, just like you can learn a song, you can listen to information and
Yeah,
retain that information.
that's right. So it's plausible in both capacities.
Yeah.
Um, Man, so let's talk about this next one. The new industry pipeline, why true brand value belongs to the indies. Yes. Yes, it does. My favorite person that we like to talk about at times on here. Recently, legendary music executive Ray Daniels went on Drink Champs. Uh, Matter of fact, first of all, before we even get into talking about this topic, did you see, because I know you're a T.I. fan, right? Did you hear what T.I. said about Ray?
Yes.
He was like, he a transplant. Stay out of
Yeah. He
Atlanta business.
like
I was
stay
like,
out of Atlanta
oh,
business.
see, he like stay out of Atlanta business. You a
In
transplant.
all fairness,
I was
though,
like, wow.
I mean, in all fairness, I agree with Ti, but at the same time, I don't, because if somebody been in Atlanta since they was 12 years old,
You're pretty much a resident.
yeah, stop
Yeah,
playing. I've been in
yeah,
Atlanta since I was 17, and I mean,
yeah. You pretty much a resident, bro.
yeah, so 12, like, don't play in his face
I
now.
mean, he
Like,
wasn't. I mean,
he just need to shut up about hip hop, because to his point, he represents writers that have
mhm.
been successfully writing more pop
Pop than anything,
and R&B
right?
than they have done anything in the hip hop realm. Now I know that he maybe has managed or gotten deals for a couple rappers as
Mhm.
well.
Right.
Um, but as far as Atlanta specifically, I don't know if any of them was Atlanta rappers. And so Ti saying stay out the
He said,
business.
stay out of Atlanta business. He was like,
Yeah,
until he can go to the studio to do what I do.
right.
But anyway, recently, legendary music executive Ray Daniels went on Drink Champs and also on his own platform, The God Show, dropping unfiltered realities about the state of the music business. A major talking point, which echoes frequent debates on the Joe Budden podcast, is the absolute lack of qualified artist development at the major label level today. Ray Daniels highlighted how independent infrastructures like Atlanta's local pipeline are what actually turn talent into global brands. This perfectly aligned with Billboard dropping their 2026 Indie Power Players list this month, where top executives confirmed that the indie sector is no longer an alternative lane. It is currently the primary driving force in global music revenue and culture. The
That's huge.
power is huge. If you're
Has
indie,
The pendulum has swung.
it has greatly swung in the favor of independent artists. I've said over and over again, I am a person that, because I spent the last 26 years organizationally in personal development and leadership development, development is something that's near and dear to my heart. Taking somebody from their infancy and developing them and giving them the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set to be effective in whatever it is that they are embarking on. We don't do that today. And who's interested in artist development anyway? Right? As long as I can get some money.
That's what it has turned into.
It
That's the
has.
quickest way to a check.
It has. And I don't
That's a
understand.
great
I
way
don't
to say.
understand it. It's like,
Yeah,
don't you want it to develop your skills to get great? Like, good is the enemy of great. Oh, I'm good, so I don't gotta be great. As long as I'm good. I don't get it. You know who does this very well, which is why they dominate so much? K-pop. But K-pop has the Motown model, right? And so, but which is why every K-pop group they come out with is a smash group. Now, they may fall off a couple years, but they go through very rigorous training to be a K-pop star
yeah, yeah. They can't just you don't just pop up, but that's pop as a whole.
as a
Pop
whole.
music as a whole.
That's right.
When you finally are introduced to these artists, they've already been, whether it was through a maturation process that the label identified and then allowed them to go out
Mm-hmm.
and gain the experience and the fan base and the exposure, or whether they're doing it in house, where they're bringing in artists and having those artists sign or write with
Mm-hmm.
specific people in order to develop a sound or a skill. Pop is like the last genre where you see some signs of development still have to take place, and it's because of the financial investment that goes into making a pop artist a big artist.
That's right. Because they're literally investing in the artist that has gone through. Once again, it's like hiring an employee. If you hire an employee, your job is to develop that employee to be competent enough to do the job that you hired them to do. Yes, you're hiring them because they have a certain set of skill sets already, and you want them to excel. But as you go through that process, you're coaching, developing, providing feedback and reinforcement so that they could perform at a higher capacity. We don't do that within the urban hip hop, rap, R&B culture. The There may be one-offs where somebody over here, like I'll say, like Troy Taylor, is coaching his people and developing his people, but it doesn't happen within the entirety of the urban community from R&B and hip hop. They don't do
Right.
that anymore.
Right. And then
They,
even those that are still doing it to that point, like somebody like a Troy, these they're developing really the studio side of the
mm-hmm,
artistry, right? Like how to get the best songs, how to
mm-hmm,
write the best songs, how to produce the best songs, how to deliver those songs. There's an entirely different aspect that comes in with how to command a stage, what stage performance looks
that's right.
like, how to answer media related
That's
questions.
right.
All of those things, it's like you only see that still taking place. I remember seeing like a media scrum that uh, I'm gonna say Arista, but I know that that's not right. Whatever the original label was that signed Ariana Grande, and it
Mm-hmm,
was the first time I had ever seen her, and they had her at this event. It was like, let's say, an ASCAP event. She had just been signed to the label. She had released no music, and they had her um, performing her songs, sort of like a acoustic or open mic style,
mm-hmm,
and then answering questions to a large group of media that they had assembled. It was like they were prepping her for what was to come because they had decided to make that investment. And like I said, you
mm-hmm.
can do that in pop music because for the most part, pop music is not independent. It's you
Yeah.
hard pressed to be pop and be independent.
Mm-hmm,
Unlike the other genres where if it's country, R&B, hip hop, you can go and find your audience. You can go
mm-hmm.
develop yourself. You can go do performances and open mics and have some experience by the time you get to the label. What club you going to sing a pop song? You know what I'm saying? Like what open mic you just gonna pull up and you
Apache.
got this new hot pop record. They don't have that kind of infrastructure,
Mhm.
and so we know that they are all label generated, label
Mhm.
created. They spend the money there, but they won't spend it on hip hop. They won't
Yes.
spend it on R&B like they used to.
Yeah, they won't. That's not like they used to. And so, we talk about
So A&Rs
uh,
don't even have to find acts anymore.
they
It's like,
don't.
what are
They
A&Rs doing?
don't know.
I
I mean, is
wonder.
is is the
We
term
should
A
talk
and
to
R even a relevant term today? That we now live in a place where you can create your, as you state, create your own pipeline, where I can go and get my own audience. I can and to get my own social media presence and build my own fan base and create my own exposure and create my own content. And I mean, what do we really need? It has the term A&R shifted in some capacity where the role that they normally fulfilled is no longer applicable today. Like, what are
Yeah,
they?
that's a good point.
Because they're not really finding talent.
They're
They,
not. I think they're more so becoming, or it's always been a combination of finding the talent and then curating the sonic for that talent.
mm-hmm.
And so I think now they're having to focus more so on just curating the sonic because I mean labels not even really signing people crazy like that anymore for them to even be out there pretending that they and the A&Rs that are out there, the labels basically have them chasing the hot independents.
Yeah, facts. That's right.
So they giving them the answers to the test. It's not like they going and watching acts perform at center stage until 2 o'clock in the morning. The
Mm-hmm.
label's like, hey, we got these 5 people that's trending on TikTok right now. You need to go find them, make them an offer.
Exact. That's right. That's how. If you have some virality behind you, that's how it
Yeah,
happens, right? Yeah, I mean, but the thing is figure out how to, because the power is in the hands of the indies. How can you build your own pipeline, direct interactions, direct community, direct engagement with your audience?
yeah,
You don't need a label to be able to do that for you today. You have so many tools. We talked about just earlier using Chat GPT and other AI tools to help you kind of do this. You can kind of plan that whole thing out in one of those models to start that process for you. You don't really have to think about it like how we used to do from scratch. You now have
from
tools and resources that can help you to accomplish that.
true.
Um, you put in here focus on longevity over viral moments. I don't think people care about longevity today.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. And to that point, it seems like um new R&B music sounds like they are focused on longevity because to me, in my opinion, the R&B music has actually gotten better with the exception of this new Chris Brown album. Um which I mean it's got some good songs in there, but that's not a true representation of what's great in the R&B world today. A lot of the music has even if we're talking about the new R&B artist, Usher has Jadon
Mm,
or um that group out of the UK, Flow,
flow, right.
or any of the new, whether it's the Gibeons, the
Mhm.
Kailanis, the projects that have come out recently. It's not gimmicky, it's not trendy, but I think that's what right now is hurting hip hop. There
Mhm.
is no new star, there is no new. wave even or sound in regards to that music, because everybody is just looking to have an immediate impact, to hop on to some trend or all of these missed attempts to be a trend,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so to your
Mm-hmm.
point, a lot of people are not concerned about the longevity. They just want to, like, man, if I could just go viral that one time. They have no plan as to what they're gonna do after they
They do
go
not.
viral
They
that
do
one
not.
time. But that's what they want, and I think that's a lot in the hip hop world for sure right now. Um, but I do see a push in R&B to create just quality music that you can listen to, and it's not time stamped. It doesn't sound dated in any way. A lot of artists have gone back to
Mm-hmm.
using live sounds and live instruments where, maybe you could say at a certain period of time in like the 2000s, everybody was using the same sound. Like
Yeah.
back in like the Shakespeare days, everybody was going wop to wop to wop 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 to
Well,
wop to wop.
because back in the 2000s, you had a predominant group of individuals that were producing a lot of the music for the late 90s, early 2000 sound. And
Yeah,
so Neptunes was using I mean, it was like, let's go to the Neptunes and get out. So everything that came out of the Neptunes kind of sounded almost, because they're using the Triton and the same drum machines
yeah,
and everything. And
yeah,
so when you have a and even from a Timberland perspective, when you have I'll say collective of people that are dominating that industry at that time, yeah, everybody's going to them. I need that sound. I need that Neptune. That's what
yeah.
they would say. I
That
need
used
that
to be what
that
chasing the
Neptune
trend
sound.
was.
Yes, need that Neptune sound. I heard what you did on JT's. I need that Neptune sound.
I need one of them.
I need one of them. Can you
That
give me
used
one
to
of
be the
them?
that used
Yeah.
to be the energy
Mm-hmm. And
for
so
sure.
people wanted to have that same sound. But I sit back and think about it, is who is like the newest really big rap act that people are truly excited about, artists that we're really excited about, and we could see that this person is the next superstar within hip hop or rap. Because I think there's a difference for me between the two. But
Yeah.
like, who's the next that
I haven't seen that person identify themselves on either side, rap or hip hop.
me either.
I
Me
mean,
either.
we still holding on to all the rappers that we talking about are in their 40s. I
All the
mean,
rappers we in our
I don't know how
40s.
far Drake is from his 40s. Or 30s or 40s, I'll say, cuz
Right. Right,
Drake,
right.
Kendrick, Cole in their 30s, Jay-Z 50, like, I
All the old
mean,
heads in their 50s.
yeah, everybody else
Who?
is a trend until they prove differently. I mean, the women are a little younger. Cardi's probably in her 30s. Obviously,
I
Nicki's
mean,
probably in her late
even for
30s.
male and female, who is like the hottest rapper that we got out right now? That's like, man, that is the star. That is, and we can see that that person has gone through a phase of development. They are really, strong in their pen game. Half of them probably ain't even writing their own lyrics. They strong in their pen game. Their
Yeah.
showmanship is like on point.
Who is
When
that
they
right
when they're in front of media, they articulate well. They can communicate effectively. They can, hold an audience attention. I don't know
now? I don't know who that is.
who that is, right? So,
Whether
and that's
it's
because I think
independent or major, I don't see it out there.
I don't know
And
because
obviously, we won't know the independents until they break out of whatever region they're in. But I know
right, right.
we don't currently have one in Atlanta. And I saw that was a conversation on a podcast recently that was saying Atlanta haven't had a star come out of Atlanta in quite
Ooh,
a while.
yeah. Who has been the star to come out of Atlanta? Who?
Yeah, they tried to make the "Take Me Through There" girl
Nah.
uh, but
No,
that was a
no.
trendy one hit situation.
When you got songs that are just purely put out because they're trendy, they're not going to be very successful.
Then you don't have
It's
the
just
longevity.
you don't have It's like, yo, let's just put this out because people are. I think people equate virality. And maybe that's just me. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe people equate virality to success. I don't know.
Yes,
Do they?
popular
I
people
want.
equivalent popularity to success.
I want
If you are
viral.
popular, if people know you, if you are viral, then that is considered success. Now, it's the new
That's
version of your
crazy.
15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, I get it.
It is absolutely people are like, yeah, you successful. Because think about it,
I'm successful.
it's a public perception, and everybody
Mm-hmm.
is concerned with how other people perceive them. And so when people are perceiving you in a way that you are trending or
Mm-hmm.
that there's admiration for whatever you've created, it's like that's endorphin enough for people to keep going.
Yeah.
See them likes, them
And them
views,
likes, them hearts.
looking
You know,
goofy.
and it's like, oh, I'm viral. But
Yeah,
once again, I don't think people are really thinking about longevity.
yeah,
Thinking about generational wealth, thinking about how can I make this a sustainable career
yeah.
over a certain period of time. They're like, yo, I'm not even gonna, yeah, I'm in the streets. I'm not gonna be here that long. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get my bread real quick. It's like,
And then sometimes, lightning in a bottle or magic happens, and it may
mm-hmm,
happen for you once. It doesn't necessarily mean that you truly have a level of talent that sustains that unless you go out and seek that.
that's right.
I think about I just saw it again. It came up on my feed like yesterday. We talked about a while back about the guy who was doing that Ashley Furniture
Ashley
ads,
Furniture,
right?
yeah, yeah,
And that was
yeah,
a
yeah.
great moment for him during and after. It was
Mm-hmm.
great while before Ashley fired him, and it was great after Ashley fired him. But then the question becomes, can he create longevity with that? I saw a song that
Yes.
he had on his page that he was actually had the audacity to be promoting, and the song was about nipple cream. I'm not making this up. He did a whole song,
Why would you
shot
do
a
that?
video. The video got him up there with looking like bloody nipples while he running. The
See,
song is about nipple cream, and so
Ashley Furniture knew.
this is where you need an A&R.
They knew. Ashley Furniture was like, hey, y'all watch. He gonna make videos about nipple cream later on down the
This is
line.
where you need an A&R because it's like, okay, the Ashley thing clearly was a fluke. Like that was all he had in the tank.
That's all they got in the tank. And sometimes
What
that's
is
all
what do
people
you
got in
call
the
them?
tank.
What do you call them? These promos that he's
Mm,
doing for all of these. He's a promo guy. He's a jingle. That's the word I'm looking for. He's a
jingle
jingle.
guy. He's a jingle man.
He doesn't even conceptualize what makes a
That's
marketable song because he thought that that was not only
Ashley
something that
Furniture.
he could
Yeah.
market, but then that it was funny enough to make a visual video of, and I guess maybe he thought the video was funny enough to go viral or something. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what his thought process behind that was, but that said to me right there, this is the perfect example of
Nipple cream.
what works for a trend, but has no long. The
That's right.
person's individual talent may not have the longevity
That's right.
without proper alignment in terms of collaborations. Like somebody
That's
should have
right.
snatched him up real quick and been like, "Hey, take that down,
Yeah.
take
Hey,
that down,
Ashley
and
Furniture.
let's get you some real songs. Let's get you some real songs and promote some real music so you can
Yeah.
actually maximize
That's
off of this moment that you created for yourself."
that's
But
what you
this
need an
nipple
A&R
cream,
for. Somebody should have went to him and said, "Hey, you got a thing that's happening right now. We need to figure out how to capitalize on this and actually turn what you did for Ashley Furniture and all these other brands that started hitting up to you into real viable things that you can do and offer to companies. Maybe you could be their main jingle guy, go in and write their jingle hooks, and boom. Like you got to figure out because your Ashley Furniture is only going to last for a certain amount of time,
Right. That's
and
right.
so what are you going to What are you going to do now? You're going to I mean, we seen the Ashley Furniture already. So
Right.
what's
Yeah. And
next?
if you truly have, sometimes it's not just talent. Talent has to be guided, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you don't have the guidance and you don't, have a full understanding of, what's viable and what's gonna resonate with people and that kind of thing, I mean, your time is that 15 minutes and your 15 minutes is up. It's up. It's
Is
time for you to go back to
is
selling
done.
furniture.
You
Ugh.
got to go back. So, hey, hi Ashley Furniture. Would you hire me back? Like, I would like to come back to work because
You see,
there
they
was no way
did
I could.
end up hiring him back to do
They
a,
did-
a,
yeah,
a
I saw
promo.
that. Yes, I did
Yeah,
see that. But he gonna have to go back and get an FTE. He can become an FTE, a full time employee.
that's right. That's right.
But yeah, that's the thing. And then figuring out but if somebody should have came in and said, "Hey, what you got something going on. We need to figure out how to capitalize off of that so that you could make this a sustainable career for yourself."
Yeah,
So people already like you because they looked at hey, they talking about you on the Joe Budden podcast. Like you got all these eyes on you. What are you now going to do past Assy Furniture? Ugh. Let's
yeah,
let's let's capitalize off of that. And
yeah.
nobody did that.
Because they would have had
Nobody.
to move fast.
Very.
Instead, he went back to his nipple cream video.
Now think about what something like that does to a person's image, because your image is part of your brand, right?
Yeah,
Now people are like, "Oh, he's making videos about nipple cream. What is going on? Why is he making a video about nipple cream now?" Like, well, I don't know if that's something we want to be part of.
associated with,
And that's
affiliated
asked,
with. Yeah,
and Ashley Furniture's like, "Yeah, I don't think we want to be associated with that." And I think they were forced because they other big brands were jumping on the bandwagon, but none of
yeah,
those big brands said, "Hey, can you actually do something?" And see, those brands were smart. Those brands were so friggin' smart. And then that's what I want to talk about this, what you got for your user generated distribution. They were because they did that. That's exactly what they did with the Ashley Furniture guy, right? They would tag him and say, "Hey, we next," and he would like, "Oh, for real? Bet." And make a whole no jingle about their brand. They're like, "Yo, thank you. That's free marketing
right.
for us." You
Yeah,
and people going to watch it because you got a lot of eyes on you at the moment. So, oh yeah, we gonna jump in there and get some free marketing
hmm
so that people, yes, oh yeah, yeah, they were smart. They were smart about that. I would have did the same.
Or was he not smart to do those, to do so many of those, and we don't know how many of them he actually got paid
Paid
for.
for. I don't think he got paid for them. Maybe.
I
I'm
feel
just
like I feel like he only got paid for some. I think some people reached out to him, but some he literally was just going off the comments. If
yeah.
they commented, he did one.
Yep.
I would have been like, "Hey, let's make a deal." As soon as they
Exactly.
commented, I would have been in a DM. "Hey, Wendy's,
It's for real.
you got $4,000 for me? I'll do one for you right now. We'll go
Right
viral
now.
by the morning."
That's right.
Or did he just say, "Oh, Wendy's up in here. Let me do one for Wendy's." And
I
then
think
and then after he put it up, hitting up Wendy's like, "Hey, did you like that? How'd you like it?" Wendy's like, "Hey, thanks.
hey, thanks, we like it.
Don't
I
call us, we'll
think
call you."
I think that's what happened. And the reason why I think that's what happened is and not to downplay the intellect of people today, but they don't think in that way. They don't think in that capacity, right? Once again, they're not thinking cool right now. That's why I said it needed to take somebody to come in and say, "Hey, eyes on you. Oh, you got these other brands hitting you up. What you need to be able to do, you hot right now, is to reach out to those brands that are commenting and say, hey, you got X, Y, and Z. I'll knock this out.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't think that way. They think about, once again, they think in a very virality oriented, perspective,
Short term,
paradigm. Very
immediate
short.
return.
Yes, yes. Very short term, very immediate. Because they're like, hey, I'm about. Oh, Wendy's know me. Yeah, I'm about to get this burger, these triple Daves, and how we do it. Like, we on the way. Hey, and he's like, let me knock it out, right? Not thinking like that. I could have just made $5,000 off of that.
Right. And because I only saw like maybe 2 of those posts that actually said like ad,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which basically is the company confirming that they have this is paid promotion.
Right. That's right.
The others were just like he just decided to do them because he was so
Oh man,
excited that those people had reached out. So
man,
I mean,
bro, you,
if he did 15 of them, he might have got paid for 3.
man, what is that, bro? What
And and then he started, I don't know if you saw the videos where he started going to the actual
to the
places.
actual places?
Yeah, and it
Yes.
didn't look like they asked him to do that either.
No. They're like,
It didn't
get
look
up out of here. Get up. We don't want you over here.
literally looked like he just pulled up in the parking lot of those places.
Bro, if he did.
That's what
Mm,
it
mm,
looked
mm,
like.
mm,
And I don't know if that was his
mm,
big
mm, mm.
idea or what, but
If he was
and
at
I
a
get how you could force like he forced Ashley to
mm-hmm,
circle back to him. You can make
mm-hmm,
something big enough that you force yourself into, you leverage yourself into an
yeah.
opportunity, but I don't think that
I,
he did that.
I don't, bro. He would have made at least 80 grand off his
Real quick off that,
real quick,
he could have made
real quick.
80 grand in
He
probably 30 days.
he could have made his Ashley Furniture salary or
Yes,
more in 30 days.
yes. At the rate he was going, it would have probably been 3 weeks.
Bro, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Oreo, cool. Got the double fudge. We're coming here with we about to get it like we're to
That's what
get
I
it.
said.
I was like, yo, you did Oreo, bro. You could Oreo. I would absolutely do it for you. And Oreo would say, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Because $5,000 would have been like, cool. We'll go ahead and do that because right now we know that a lot of attention is on you, and those
Yeah.
videos are going to,
Yeah,
you
and it's
know,
worth it. It's
and it's worth it.
what's 5 grand to them? Most of the time, their marketing budgets for a commercial is a 6-figure budget.
Yes.
So
Oh,
if I can pay an influencer to do micro marketing for me
yes, that's right. And
for a
that's what
fraction,
that's that's what that topic is about right here, right? So you have, if you've been watching social media marketing in 2026, the strategy has dramatically shifted away from traditional playlisting and standard ad spends. The breaking trend right now is clipping and user generated distribution. Companies like Creator Exchange just announced massive expansions this week as brands and labels transition their budget. Instead of an artist begging an algorithm playlist replacement, they're utilizing clipping network, which is something that is great. Clipping networks incentivizing thousands of micro creators, streamers, and fans to create hundreds of diverse short form clips using the artist's music, flooding the social organically. I'm telling you, that is, you got to figure out how to capitalize off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the way to go. But once again, that's why people are so infatuated with virality. Um, yo,
yeah, this is the equivalent of going when we were kids and we used to go to the mall and the Chinese food place would always give you that sample on the stick,
which
on the
means when you were a
toothpick.
kid, they still do it. You go to the mall today, they still will give you the samples.
Yeah, I don't eat that anymore, but I did as a kid for sure. For sure, as a kid, I ate a lot of that bourbon chicken.
Bourbon chicken, bro,
they
they
put
still
that on
give it
the
to you.
they put that on the toothpick. I'm like, ooh, ooh, yep. Let me get the bourbon chicken, right? So clipping is the new bourbon chicken on is the new bourbon chicken on a toothpick. It's the
And I'm saying,
sample.
It's
You
the
taste
sample.
this sample, and you're gonna want another sample, and you get another sample, and now
That's
you
right.
want to buy the plate.
That's right. So how, and that's the thing. How can artists today take advantage of user generated distribution and to, because I mean, who was I talking to the other day? This when I was interviewing this guy named Andre 360 on Wednesday. He was saying, bro, the attention span of humans is nowhere near where it used to be. He said, when you got people sitting here just mindless scrolling, and I know from a data perspective that the average attention span was used to be 12 seconds, then it dipped down to 8 seconds, and I don't know where it is today. I will have to go look at the data to kind of see where it is today, but
I
it
saw
definitely is not.
something recently that said that you have to capture the viewer's attention in the first 5 seconds. I saw that
That's
like years
crazy. That's
ago.
crazy.
You got
But
5 seconds.
so
They call it they have a name for it in social media content making. It's called like your a hook or something. Where when that video starts, they tell you
mm-hmm.
that's the reason why they suggest that every video has a hook.
As
So,
a
for
hook.
example, you don't uh, just turn the camera on and start
Mm-hmm.
talking. You actually walk into the room
Yep. Gotta have a hook.
and then start. That's your hook. Or they have videos where people walking over the top of the camera before it shows them walking down the street. That's
And
the hook.
I gotta reach. Once again, I know you've been telling. I gotta reach out to her. I just redid our whole interviewing model and all that stuff for ads. It's great. We talk about ads and stuff. Is Bella Black, right? Have you seen all the things that she's been doing for with her?
Yes,
So
she's been doing a lot of hooks.
she's been doing a lot of hooks, right? So she'll be at a place, like I just saw one today. Somebody's pushing her, and
Mm-hmm.
poking her, and she's like, "What you what?" And then she's like, "Hey, why does people poking me?" And it's like then she starts rapping, and it's like, like she fell down somewhere, or she was like at the Andy's ice cream, and was like, "Yeah," and then she boom was like, "Oh," but a lot of people are using, um, or
You
are using, or
gotta
need
have
to
that
start
hook
using that hook.
to make people stay.
Yes.
Because if we've gotten to the point, right? If you're a rapper and the video comes on and you instantly start rapping, people
Mm-hmm.
are probably gonna scroll right past you. But if they see you get hit by a bus and you laying on the ground and all of a sudden you start rapping while you laying on the ground, they're like, "Oh man,
Oh,
they
exactly.
got me." I'll
They,
stick around for a second. Let me see what they rapping about.
they got me,
But
right?
otherwise, if you had just came in rapping, they would have left. You had to have a hook,
So
and
that
that's
means
within 5 seconds.
social media viewers are fish.
Yes.
We're all fish looking for a hook. And once they dangle that hook and we bite it, they got you. That's the purpose of the hook, right? Casting it into the social media ocean for all these short attention span fish,
All these
that
tadpoles.
all these tadpoles
Short
that are in
attention
there.
span tadpoles.
And so they got you. And so you will take your little 8 seconds. Oh, I mean, it does help, I mean, it does help that, I mean, it's Bella Black, you know what I'm saying? So it helps that, you know what I'm saying? It helps that
So,
just
so,
saying.
and to that point, though, I one of the things that I noticed was that some of her newer videos, that's not even a focus for the
Hmm.
video. There are other things that are hooking, and I say that because I saw one where she had on a overall jumpsuit, like a
I
work
saw
suit.
that. I did. Yeah, I saw
So
that.
it wasn't, and I thought to myself, it's dope when the the femininity of a woman can come right through a jumpsuit. I was like, salute to her for that.
Like you
That's
got a
actually
farmer
dope.
in the Dell
And
outfit
people,
on,
and
and
still,
people
I'm
still
looking
like,
like, yeah,
nigga, they like, oh my God. Like still. All right.
yeah.
Yes, so the femininity is absolutely 100% there, and people still
Yeah.
know it, but they're like, but that's the thing, right? But once again, here's the thing, and I forgot who I heard say this, but once again, who has the well, I'll say who has the budget, but that is something that you may need to build in is pay your homie. Hey man, I'll give you, on Friday, I'll give you $50. I just need you to follow me around with a camera for like 3 hours. Cool, right? And we're gonna do a bunch of stuff, but I just need you to follow me around with this camera, and we're gonna record everything. And then I got some ideas, but who's gonna pay a videographer to follow them around all day,
and
or
and
to shoot that type
videographers
of
have
content?
gotten to the point where because they're mostly being asked to shoot and edit content, they are charging
Charging.
the
Oh yeah,
world
trust me,
out here in these
I know,
streets.
I know. Oh, you want me to edit too? And I gotta
Yeah,
color it. And I
yeah,
gotta, yeah, you gotta clip it
yeah.
up. Yeah.
And I know that just because I've been around for a while,
Mm-hmm.
I identified that these rates that they're charging are
Exorbitant.
exorbitant,
That's
but
correct.
I think that they actually think that that is the new true value of
Mm.
what they do. But the reality is that they are making themselves obsolete
Mm.
because um, people are just doing it themselves. People are DIYing the hell out of everything.
Whether it
There's
looks
probably
good or
a
not.
greater sell through of stands and and selfie sticks. And I don't know if you've seen this thing that people wear this harness where it holds their cell phone right
Oh yeah.
here so that they can record things.
Yep.
Like it's created a new generation of DIYers as it relates to video
That's right.
and marketing content because the true videographers
That's right.
are trying to bust you over the head.
And they
Um,
like, I ain't got all that money. For the money that I'm going to pay you, I can go get a DJI Pocket Osmo Pocket 3. It comes with the camera
that's a good
joint.
point.
It comes with the microphone joint, right?
Yeah,
I can use CapCut. You know what I'm saying? So let me just use CapCut and I can shoot myself. I watch a couple YouTube videos and I can be like, hey, y'all, what's good? It's your man. Like, we here. Oh. And you can shoot your own content and
yeah,
edit your own content and like, because
yeah.
because the image
Because you
straight
never
out of
know what the
camera,
budget.
yeah, the image straight out of camera is going to look great. It's going to
Right.
look fantastic. And so for a lot of times you can just use what's come straight out of the camera and
Yes.
put that on YouTube.
Yeah, and especially if you're using something like a cap cut, you spend enough time on it, you can make it look half decent. I
That's right.
um I pride myself on trying to connect with and work with as many independents as I possibly can. When I worked on Ashley King's project, there was a videographer who I knew wasn't working,
Mm-hmm.
had just got let go from their spot at a podcast
Mm-hmm.
that you enjoy talking about from time to time. And I reached out to them and was like, "Hey, I'm looking to shoot a video for this upcoming single. You know, I want to work with this person. I know they not working."
Start with an
And
R,
I'm
right?
like,
Name start with an
yes,
R? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes.
Okay, cool. Then it's the same person
I'm
then, yeah.
like, let's work. This
Mm-hmm.
person tells me, I said, so how much? What's your rate? And I never am the type of person to tell somebody. I don't even like to tell people um what the budget is because
Mm-hmm.
they'd be like, okay, whatever your budget is, then pay me that
Exactly.
much money, and then I'll decide what I can do for you within that much
Mm-hmm.
money. So I was like, what's your rate for a 3-minute video, um, one location, two outfits? And they were like, yeah, that's like a 5-hour shoot, and it's gonna cost you $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
That sounds
like,
about right.
so
because you're paying for the videographer, the equipment, I mean that's really what the and then the expertise of the videographer to ensure that the video comes out the way that you truly envision it. I mean
Yeah.
I get that because as a person who's a videographer, I absolutely get. I mean because videographers have a day rate that they charge, right? Just to leave the house with my
Yeah.
gear that cost me, which I'm looking at because I got a set that's sitting over here. This camera costs more than $1,000, so it's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I trust me, I get it. I do get that. Um, so
So I shot the video myself.
yeah,
I spent uh I don't know, the cost of lunch. So maybe for me and the people that were in the video, so maybe we spent $200 on lunch.
hmm
And if I had $1,000 budget, that means I kept $800 of that I could then allocate to other ways to market and promote the video that I had just shot.
yeah, and that's why you have a lot of people who, and I'll just say it, don't have gripes about using AI because they're like, oh, I got to pay a musician. Let's say that I'm a producer, even a producer. And it's like, oh, I gotta pay how much for you to, if I want some real keys and melodics on this and a bass, I gotta pay 500. Like, it's free right here. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
oh man, trust me, I get it
And
because those
even in
are,
that respect, I understand that too, right? And so when we produce records, the intellects, when we produce records, you know what
mhm,
we do? We get our instrumental. Um, let's say we decide we want a guitar on the record. We go to
splice.
what's it called? What's the man? I can't. Is it Fiverr?
Yeah, Fiverr. And you go
Yeah,
pay a person that's on Fiverr.
somebody in Brazil who's charging $60
Hmm.
for three different versions of three-minute versions of what you
Hmm.
asked for in a song, and they charging $60. But to your point, if you were to ask somebody in the States to do the same thing, they not
Yeah,
pulling the guitar out the case for less than $300.
right. Yeah, exactly.
And so that goes back to me saying when we were talking about something else earlier, I said for everything that somebody won't do, there's somebody who
Somebody that
will.
will. That's right.
And so
Somebody who will.
I still feel better about that because I know that obviously the exchange rate of money makes it more money for them over there than it is here. But
Mhm.
I'm still working with a person. I'm still creating a new collaborating relationship. I'm widening the network.
Mhm.
I'm, you know, keeping what's creative and organic and not AI. But I'm not, but as independents, we don't have the money to have other independents hitting us over the head. I'm on my soapbox. Cut it out, independent.
Yo,
It's
that's
okay to
that's
want to
the
get
truth.
paid, but
That's the truth.
you can't expect to make what your equipment is worth every single time you pull that equipment out the bag.
That's right.
You didn't generate the money to buy that equipment in one single fell swoop. So you should expect to get it back in one swoop.
I mean, if I'm working with an organization, then yeah, hopefully I can get that money back. But if I'm working with this one individual that wants to shoot a music video, it's crazy for me to come to say, "Yo, I need to charge you $1,000." Maybe I'm
Yeah,
saying,
you
"Hey,
haven't
you know
even
what?
heard the song, and you like $1,000.
You know what? You know what? Give me 250 and we good." Right? Does it include edit? Do I need to edit it as well? Like, for an example, um, I'm trying to. Well, it was an organization, so I can't say that because it was so when I did um a video, the only video I ever done music video, I think I charged 500 to do it. And I mean, I knew what the going rate was for a record label to say we want you to come shoot a music video. I was like, but you want me to take the camera, my light, all that stuff, and come shoot a video and do this and travel. This is the thing. You need me to edit it too? Okay, that's a little extra. Cause now I'm doing another capacity that's outside of what I was originally hired for. But trust me, I get it. But what you're paying for, and this is why, even as artists, the differentiating factor cannot be, I'm just hotter than the other artists. My music sound better than the other. Well, because that's subjective, right? Because today, my S20, y'all, I switched from Apple to.
Yeah.
I miss my iPhone though. I will be.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% honest. I miss that iPhone though. It's still sitting over here. I still got it. I can switch back at any time. You know what I'm saying? I still got a 13 Pro Max sitting over here. That's crazy. But my wife better watch out. This may become her phone. But this must shoot 8K. So
It
the
should. It
quality,
look like it got 13 cameras on the back of it.
it do,
It
right?
should
Like
shoot. Yeah.
camera. Like
Yeah. It should shoot B2K.
yo, right.
Goddamn. With all them damn cameras on the
Right. That
back of
must
it.
shoot 8K. So the quality is there.
Yeah.
Right? That's not the issue. The quality is there. The same thing with the music. The quality can be there, but what's going to be different for you as an artist, as a producer, that is your differentiating factor for what you do? That's why we get a lot of people who sound alike, right? Who look alike. To me, all these R&B singers new R&B singers sound almost alike. And if you play this artist and this artist, and I close my eyes, I'm like, I can hear
A lot
some
of those women
difference,
right now sound very
but
similar.
y'all are the same people.
Right?
Like,
No, even the guys. Yeah, you're right.
bro,
Everybody sounds like the same person.
literally for the longest time, I was confused between, and I should know their voice, but when I would listen to Nicki, Cardi, and Megan, and just off the rip, I'm like, oh, who? And you can tell it's Cardi because she got that little, accent. But at first passing, it was like, yeah, I can't really tell y'all kind of rap the same and talk about the same crap. And
Same
it's like
person writing their raps.
same, exactly, same person writing the rap. So it was hard for me to differentiate between the two. But
Yeah.
that's what people are using. We talk about this user generated distribution, figuring out one, how to do it themselves, and then two, what channels can they use to promote it effectively, right? There's a lot of clipping channels that exist today whose sole purpose is to distribute short form content.
Yeah.
The issue with that is you now have, like Instagram, for an example, implemented a policy where if you post somebody else's video, I got to make sure I get it right. I'm all about the getting it right thing. that it has to be, they are going to credit the original creator, and something about the views. It was something more about the views, because while you're taking their video and getting 80,000 views, but they only got 8 views. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're like, well, that's not fair that they got 8 views on their video, but you took it and now on your platform, you're getting 80,000. But it was something up to that effect, where they were going to recredit the original owners. But you can pay some of these companies. You can pay some of these companies to say, hey, can you post my video on your platform? Who's the one? VS Gen, right? And I know you've seen those with the little VS Gen at the bottom. They take everybody's no labels. And it's not just no labels necessary, right? I met one of the guys from No Labels Necessary. What I don't understand, and what I would never do, is I would never take somebody else's video and put my logo on it.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That video had nothing to do with me. I didn't produce that video. I did nothing. Nothing. They weren't even talking to me on my platform. So why am I putting my logo on your video? I don't like that. And these companies do it and that's one thing I don't like. But anyway, let me get off that. You talk about community over algorithm. That is the way to go. People need to start looking at how to build communities today. Like we got a community. It's almost 1,000 strong in there, almost. But we got a community. That's the thing. We got to be. We could talk about that, offline. But they being the activeness of that, because there is almost 1,000 people in there that, what I'm saying, like. But anyway, but how do you build a strong community of people who want to actively engage with you versus chasing or hoping to see your feed, your video in the algorithm? I can come directly to your platform.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of artists are thinking about community and the building and establishing their own communities. It takes work, and that's the issue. Because I know, because we got a community of almost 1,000. It takes work to keep that community engaged.
Absolutely.
Yep. And who wants to do that?
And who wants to do that?
Who wants to do
You
that?
pay somebody to do clipping, and they say some of these clipping companies make millions of dollars at this point.
Man.
Off of being paid by creators who said exactly what you just said. Who wants to do that? Not me.
Who wants to do that? I don't want to do that. I just want to
Yeah.
write. I want to
How
rap.
much? $3,000 for you to do clipping for me for 30 days? Say less. I'll write the check.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Especially if you're a streamer who you're making 10 grand a month.
That's right.
You're like, sure, I done made 10 grand a month for 2 years. I'm good on money.
good.
So now I can invest three grand a month in the clipping if that's gonna turn my 10 grand into 20 grand.
Exactly. Yes. But the way that artists need to start thinking is developing community. That's where the real focus should take place, is because you can build that community. We have a Substack community, and in that Substack community, we can post videos, audio, we can send out posts, articles, chat. We got a chat feature that's built into the platform where we can chat literally with everybody that is a subscriber. Direct interactions. You can push your music directly to them. They can even share to other people that could then be potential subscribers to your platform. You can offer a free tier, a paid tier, and you can start generating income and revenue that way. It's like a Patreon.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like a Patreon and a newsletter platform had a baby and it spit out Substack.
Yeah.
But people don't.
Patreon
I know artists. Yeah, I know artists who don't even have a website. Instagram is my website. Like that can't be the only way. It's because people are going to miss things. Like that's how I feel about these events that I never find out about until I see it on Instagram. Oh, we posted it. Where did you post? I've never seen this thing. I'm a subscriber, a follower, and I don't even see this
Right.
event. And so, but who wants to do that? You talk about build a digital street team. That's the power. That's powerful right there. Getting your fans or people who follow you or subscribe to you so tied into you that they want to promote you, that they're taking your content and using your content in their videos. And for an example, what I try to do is when I post, and I got to go back and do that. When I post a clip, I try to put that artist's music in the clip. So their music is in the clip that is being promoted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think too another great tool that is being underutilized right now, and I don't know if people are really watching the numbers on these social platforms, but anytime you can collaborate on a clip with someone else that's in conjunction with the information in the clip or the song, whether it's the producer or the writer or even the dancer, those collaborative clips basically automatically grow your audience to whatever the number of followers are that other individual has. And those generally are the clips that do the best numbers because
Mm-hmm.
they do start to bubble in the algorithm, and they do end up being seen on the feeds of people outside of your actual follower group, because now they've gained trending algorithm access. So people
That's
don't do
right.
the invite a collaborator feature enough.
They don't.
Um,
I use it all the time.
yeah,
I The issue is like they have to accept it within a certain period of time for it to really maximize
yeah,
itself
true. But you
in
know
that.
what though? I don't even believe in that.
Mm,
It's just my personal thought, right? So the shelf life is short, right?
mm,
So and I think that uh we're trying to equate that also into social media. I don't think that that's true. For example, I think if you have a clip and you collaborate with, let's say, 5 people, the best case scenario is not all 5 of those people immediately accepting the collaboration.
mm,
Why? Because that's like a supernova, right? So it's gonna shine bright and then it's gonna fall apart, probably within the same 24 to 48 hours of it
mm,
going up. But if you can actually stagger the collaboration, it allows that window to stay open longer. So for example, people are not just seeing it on your feed that day. When that other collaborator accepts that invite, it's then circulating again. You're extending the length of
mm,
it in the algorithm versus just showing it bright at one. You're turning it into something that's linear content versus something that was just a flash in the pan, quick commercial. If everybody didn't catch it between
mm,
6 and 6, they missed it. Well, now if I accept the collaboration and that adds another 50 eyes to it, and then you
mm,
accept the collaboration the next day, well, we have overlap in some of who we follow, right? So then that gives people an opportunity who might have missed it the first time around on me. Now they can see it on your platform. You have other users that are not followers of mine. Now they're seeing it as well.
mm.
And now the trend line in terms of how long this is an active post that's gaining views becomes longer.
I have to test that. The only reason why I say that is because I, the question would be, does it only show it to? So that's like, let's say I made a post and I added you and 2 other people as collaborators. And let's say they accept it, but you hadn't accepted yet. Maybe 2 days later you accept it. Does it push it back into the algorithm, or does it
Yes.
only show it to your followers?
No, it pushes it back into, well, and that's
See, I
why I
don't think it.
say
See, I don't think it pushes it back to the algorithm. I think it only now
it, but
shows
it
to
does.
your followers.
But it still goes to the algorithm though, because remember when you accept an invite, it then
I'm
posts
gonna,
it to your page like it's yours.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, it posts it to your page, which means it's a reintroduction because it had never gained data on your page. And even if
Uh,
you look like on a platform like Instagram, you can see how many of your followers engage with the post versus how many of the other collaborators followers engage with the
mm-hmm.
post, and then you can see how many non-followers engage with the post, and the non-followers is what gives you a true indication of whether or not you touched into a trend that went beyond just your user group.
So it says accepting late does not push the post back to the top of the collaborator's followers chronological feed to capture peak visibility. Partners should accept the invite as quickly as possible. It says the golden window is the initial algorithmic spike, and the majority of organic reach happens within the first 24 to 48 hours. This is when the algorithm aggressively pushes the pool engagement data to both audiences. Then it goes into talking about whether it's a carousel or a reel, or and then how long they last. And a collaboration post would expire after 14 days if they don't accept it, and the post will remains on the original creator's profile as a standalone post. That's what I was saying. I think it only posts to their followers, but it doesn't put it back in
It
the
doesn't
in the.
repost to the other followers, but like I said, for example, you and I, we follow
Mm,
some of the same people, so they
mm-hmm.
are going to see it twice.
Yeah, they're gonna see it twice, right? Because we got some cross
Yes,
pollination, cross,
yes.
yeah,
And for the
followers.
most part,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in within the industry or the community, almost all of us have
Similar followers.
overlapping. Yeah,
That's right.
that's one of our commonalities. Is we be like, oh, so you follow so and so, or so and so follow you, or you know so and so.
Mm-hmm.
But did they see it? Where do you sit in their algorithm versus where do I sit?
That's right.
There may be a greater chance that they see it on yours and not on mine.
On mine.
But
Yep.
now they've got two opportunities to see it, not just one.
That's right. Yep, that's right. And the thing is depending on how that collaboration process is initiated. Because if I post it and I add you as a collaborator, then all of those posts will feed into mine. Or but if you did it vice versa, it feeds into yours. Because there was notable people that and the reason why I know that is because there's notable people that I interviewed, or that in some instance we've interviewed, that we've added as collaborators, but I will get a message that come back that says, "Hey, can you send that to me?" And I will post it, and I will then add you as a collaborator. And that is, they get all the visibility on that post. I get some because they added me as a collaborator, but it doesn't equate out as to if it was me adding them as a collaborator, and versus now they're adding me as a collaborator on their post. You get what I'm saying? Like,
No.
so yeah, so how can I explain this very clearly? The amount of visibility that happens when I post it and add you as a collaborator gives me more visibility, because now those posts count towards my visibility. So if I post it and I added you and you're a superstar and I added you, when they go to look at your page and they like it, I get that as a like. I get
Yes.
that in my Instagram insight.
Yes.
But when you post and add me as a collaborator, I don't get any of that. I don't get any of those insights or likes, or
Oh,
because it
that's
does.
interesting. I thought we all shared it. I thought
Because it's,
once you sign on as a collaborator, I never actually looked at that data.
yeah,
But that
I've
that was
looked at
my
it.
assignment. I have a post that I post for the um
I'm gonna look it up.
acknowledging that the 112 record that I did with them, it was like the anniversary of the record, and then it was like the record had streamed over 1 million
Mm-hmm.
um, times on Spotify, I think it was. And I posted it. I tagged Slim and Mike and the 112 page and um the producer,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended up getting over 50,000 views on IG. Over
Mm-hmm.
like 1,000 likes, and it's showing on my page. But if you go to their page, it shows the same thing, same number of views. If
Oh,
you
it
go
does.
to the
Yeah, because
producer's page,
it's saying that
it
it
shows the
does.
same number on his page.
Yeah, it's saying that it does with Instagram. I'm gonna go to one of
Yeah,
their.
it shares.
Yeah,
Everybody gets
it's saying
credit
to
for it.
share.
Once you accept the collaboration, everybody gets credit as a collaborator.
Yeah, that's what I just looked up. It said, um, but when I saw one with somebody that has This he has 124,000. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the post that we
Yeah,
collaborated on,
yeah. There's a post I have. That mug's got 60,000 views
and I
on
want
it,
to see if. Oh, hold on, let me go to my
and it's because I collaborated with 112, and they have that many. They have over 10,000
Mm-hmm.
um, followers on their page, and we all got credit for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, I will stand corrected. That's why I'm going to go to this person's page, and I want to see because I mean, literally, that's what he was like. Hey, I'm going to post it, and then I'm going to add you as a collaborator. But this was a. I mean, I got to keep going back. This was a while ago. Where's it at? Because I was like, I don't think I get any of those, and maybe it was an assumptive part on my end. I'm, but you're probably
Yeah.
right. I mean, you're right. You get the this
Oh,
is
here's another one. I did a post with uh Imsta.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Both myself and Imsta pages got credit for the same number of views. It's like 1,600.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look, I stand corrected. You get the. Is this it? No, that's not it.
But I still believe you can spread out the
That love.
yeah,
Was that it?
if you do
Uh-uh.
literally like timed collaboration versus, I mean, because think about when you put something up, right, and it's just busting, right? It's just
Mm-hmm.
like, wow. And then it just cool off and then it just dead.
Mm-hmm.
Or think about times where um um like some of the interviews that we've done where when that person goes back and reposts something
Mm-hmm.
from the interview,
Oh, here we go.
it picks right back up and starts getting views again.
Right.
So that goes to show everybody didn't see it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And if they missed it in that 24-hour window, that doesn't mean that it has to die there in the 24 or the 48. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe the 48 is a true window, but I think that if we don't all accept a collab at the same time, we can
We can spread
maybe
out.
have
We can
a better
spread it out.
chance. Yeah, to maybe actually catch more true views.
Yeah, I can't find the video, but I know it was it was a lot of views. No. I mean, but it's that's they said that's exactly what happens. So I stand 1,000% corrected. Was that it shares the combine everything, date all the data, the likes, the comments, the shares, the saves, impressions, the reach. It shares all of it. But and I was thinking, it's like I didn't see it, and it was like, am I seeing this right? Am I getting the same? But yeah, I guess. And plus, it really was like over a year ago when this collaboration took place.
Mhm.
But no, they said that's exactly what you get. So use those collaborations, build that digital street team, and that's what you got. Fragment your content. But that's something that people don't do. Is they release a song and it's like, yo, that's it. But release the acapella, release a sped up version, release it. But we used to do that. We used to do the maxi single,
That's
the
right.
up tempo club version, the really
That's
slow
right.
melodic version, the acapella version. But people got away from that,
Yeah.
you know and then create something behind each one of those, whether it's a lyric video, an actual video, a you talking video, explaining the lyrics of the song, how you produced it. I mean, there's so many things you can do. But
There's a
once again,
lot.
who wants to do that?
And
If
that's
you,
why they clip it up. They shoot one piece of content and then pay somebody else. Let them
that's right.
cut it up.
That's right. That's right.
And that has become big business. We seeing streamers talking about the clippers that they use. We've seen I Show
Yes.
Speed. We've seen Mr. Beast. We've seen Kai Sanat all talking about um,
Using clippers.
clippers. and
Yep.
how that's how they market.
And them Clippers charge. It
Yeah,
ain't no easy. It ain't no $100 cool. Yeah, nah. Because if you get Mr. Beast, the number one YouTube guy, richest YouTube guy, that's not. Nah, that's not. It's he's not giving you $100 and you clipping.
right.
He give you
Yeah,
a
I
hundred
think I
thousand.
heard. I think it was the guy Max Plaque
Mm-hmm.
Max or something like. He's a streamer. Said that he spends 10 grand on clipping every month. It's nothing. It's in the budget.
It's in the
But in
budget.
order for him to hit them numbers, he need them clips.
Need them clips. That's right. And you know the thing is, we have, but see the difference between their clippers and our indie clippers. Like we got platforms like Opus Clip,
Yeah.
but that is not the same. I mean, you can kind of maybe do. You can make a 30, 60, 90 minute clip, and you can add all of those different things, those transitions and B-roll and all that, all those things to it. But who wants to sit there for 2 hours and do that?
I
You know what I'm
know.
saying? Like it, take out all the pauses and all the silence and really make it a cinematic video with the intro, the end, and graphics. I think like who wants to sit and do that? Like so they pay clippers to do that, and so. But we still got to figure out a way as independents to be able to maximize and capitalize off of that same mentality, that same practice, but maybe from a different perspective. So, but yeah, man, that's all I got, bro. That's all I got today.
It's a lot of information.
A lot of information. That's because that's what we give is information, great information. Yes, I could talk about Jay-Z and how Jay-Z said what he said at the, you know,
At the
the
root
Roots
picnic.
picnic, and but who cares? How does that help you as an artist do what you need to do better? Who cares who he talked about, who he got beef with? How does it help you as an artist move forward in the business? It don't. It makes for great clipping though. I give you that.
There
Makes
you
for
go.
great clipping, but it don't. But it ain't giving you no real tools you could use. So, man, that's all I got, bro. I ain't got nothing else, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess we out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending and watching and being part of the Indie Unplugged. I don't have my Indie Unplugged shirt on today. I got my The Devil is a Pimp, Don't Be His Whole shirt. But you know what
Nice.
I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Rocking that today. But yeah, man. Yeah, hey, thank y'all for being here today, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen. Once
indeed.
again, we out. Peace.